So we're talking about Fairfax Christian School, and well, we've been together quite a while, and we've talked about education in school. So what do you actually, what are you offering here with Fairfax?
Fairfax Christian is a K-12 international school in the Washington, D.C. market. And we cater not just to international students. We have students from the D.C. international market, so IMF, World Bank, local embassies, international businesses in D.C.,
Okay.
and we have F1 students. And that's about a third of our student body. 2/3 of our student body are American students, but they're American students whose parents have a global vision for their children's future, and they want them to go to school and interact with different cultures from around the globe.
Do you have difficulties? I have to ask this question. Being in a Christian school.
No, we don't.
No, I don't think-
Hey, the top schools in the U.S., the Harvards, the Princetons, the Yales, they all started as seminaries. They were all Christian schools. In fact, they still have seminaries as part of what they do. And the great tradition of American education all came out of Christian education. And we're proud to be a Christian school, and that's who we are.
Or what markets are you looking at?
Well, 2/3 of our market's local. And then we have a third is international. And most of our students, they come to us because they have a desire for learning. They want to go to top American universities. But there's more than, you don't have to be brilliant to be successful in our school, but it's also learning that grit, that ability to persevere, make it through tough times. A lot of learning happens not in the classroom. I mean, we do a homestay program, and I think that's extraordinarily valuable because they have adopted parents that take good care of them and really embed them in the American culture, where when they leave, they have a family here, and those relationships last a lifetime.
Do they have, like, I'm talking about international children, students? Do they have food problems? Do they prefer?
Of course they do. Fortunately, DC is a very international cosmopolitan area.
You
and
can find near enough everything.
You can get the food easily. So it's and I have like Chinese students, they have a rough time with pizza and hamburgers, and we have the Great Wall International Chinese markets right
there. You go.
And we have I'll place them with the Chinese American family their first year, so they have a safe transition, so they're not overwhelmed with the food and the diet, the culture, and then after they're assimilated a little bit more, their second year they'll move into an all-American family, and that actually helps with that transition.
Okay, so let's talk about you a moment. What was your dream when you was like a child? What did you want to do? I wanted to become a mechanic.
I actually wanted to take over my father's business.
Oh, okay.
He had an engineering firm, and I was an engineering student until the day he called me and said, I'm thinking about selling my business. And the first thing out of my mouth was, well, I'm thinking about changing majors. So instead of taking over my father's business, I took over my father-in-law's business.
Yeah, I did that.
Which is the school.
Yeah.
He started it in 1961 when my husband was in first grade, and we've been doing it ever since.
What would you like to do when you grow up?
I'm never going to grow up.
I mean, if you could, would you do something else?
No, I really think it's a calling. It's my passion. It's what I love. I love to educate students. I love to see them grow. I love to give them the tools they need to be successful in whatever their future brings.
I noticed while the workshop was going on and you were chit-chatting, what were the questions that were asking the agents? What were they interested in?
They're interested in how things work. They're not asking big picture questions. They want the nuts and the bolts. Where do they live? What do they eat? What does it cost? All those things matter.
What about visa process? Did they ask?
They ask visa process questions. U.S. visas are, to be honest, they have nothing much has changed on the F1 visa front. Everyone's paranoid about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not going to hurt our F1 visa market. It's not going to happen. I think I hear, I get the emails from around the globe, come to Australia because the U.S. has Trump as president. And it's just, guess what? It's
not true. Yeah, it's not a problem. Yeah.
At some point, the president's the hired help. He doesn't really change everything overnight.
Of course.
The systems are in place.
Yeah.
Bureaucracies move very slowly. The visa process is not going to change.
That's good.
It needs some revision, but I think it's optimistic to think that even that's going to happen. So if anything, I think it'll get easier, not harder.
All right. So I think we could say we call it a wraps. Yeah. Can we say that? Is there something else you want to say before we?
No, we're good.
No? Okay.
We love you guys, and we love traveling the globe with you and meeting.
We're happy.
agents.
We're happy about that. We're happy to have you here, and of course, WEBA will be on the road again. I'm going to London, and then we'll come back to the United States. We're going to go to Miami. We're going to go to Los Angeles. We're going to go to Las Vegas, and just check out our website. Do you have a website for your school?
FairfaxChristianschool.com.
There you go.
It's
right
easy.
there. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll see you around the world. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.